Everybody knows Coach Sloan. But it's our great honor as an association to be able to recognize those coaches that, while they might not be looked at as high school coaches, are coaches that had such an impact on so many high school coaches. So please, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome the first inductee for the Track Coaches Association Hall of Fame, Coach Rick Sloan, Washington State.
Good evening. I'll try to keep my remarks brief. I know that when track coaches are at a function where there's a hosted cocktail bar, I'm going to be brief. My sincere thanks to the Coaches Association for making me part of the class of 2023. I am deeply, deeply honored and humbled by the experience. I want to congratulate the other inductees in the 2023 class. I want to thank all of you coaches for your time, energy, and commitment to the sport and the young people that you work with daily. So many people were a part of me being here today. First, my family. My daughter Kim and my son Scott are here with me. I love you both. I'm very proud of both of you. My wife Sandy of 54 years, she's our team captain. She was unable to make the trip here today. I thank all of the coaches that I had as an athlete that had an impact on me, and all of the coaches that I coached with and against who also had an impact on me. I thank John Chaplin for bringing me to Washington State University. And I was thinking of this, that was nearly a half a century ago. And probably as important as anything are all of the many athletes that I had the opportunity to coach over the years. It's been said, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I had that job for an entire career. The most impactful coach that I had was a man named Tom Tellez. And if I can move my humbleness aside for a second, I was a pretty good high jumper in high school. I jumped 6'8" in 1964 with a straddle technique. You young coaches, you can Google that one. And I had athletes ask, why did you jump that way? That's all it was. Dick Fosbury didn't come along until about 3 or 4 years later. He revolutionized it. But Tom Tellez, I thought, okay, I'm gonna get some scholarships here and go on to college. Nobody in my family had ever gone to college. And I didn't get any because I was a 2.6 student. I didn't go to class, so I went to class, but I didn't study. Until Tom Tellez came to my campus and said, we'd like to have you come to Fullerton Junior College. And I was thinking about it, and he says, I'll give you a job for $2.15 an hour lifeguarding at the college pool. And we found out right then that I could be bought. I started school as a math major and didn't quite know where I was going to go with that, but I was good at math. That was one thing I was good at. And I loved what Coach Tellez did and the job that he had and the way he interacted with us and the impact that he had on me. And I decided in my freshman year to change to physical education and become a coach. I also met my wife that freshman year, and so it was a good decision that I made when I went to Fullerton. Coaching has been given me the opportunity and afforded me the opportunity to impact the lives of others, and I've taken that seriously. I don't know if it's unfortunate or not, but as coaches, we are judged by the athletes that we coach, the success of those athletes. And the more successful our athletes are, the higher esteem that we are held in, that, oh, so-and-so's got 3 high jumpers over there, he must be a great high jump coach. We need to have him or her come to our clinic and talk to us about high jump. We had a football coach in the 90s, and I can remember everybody clamoring for him to step down. He wanted his job and wanted to get rid of him. And the next year, he won the conference and went to the Rose Bowl. And then they couldn't give him enough money to keep him. And I remember thinking, how did he learn so much in just 1 year? I was sitting with a coaching friend of mine at one point in time earlier in my career, and out of the blue he looked over at me and he said, are we as good as the best athletes we coach, or as bad as the worst athletes we coach? I said, I think it's the first one. But I've always had the realization that as coaches, we stand on the shoulders of our athletes, and we are recognized because of their accomplishment. And I know, and I don't know a whole lot of you out here, but I'm confident in saying that there are a lot of you seated out here who are remarkable coaches who do a fantastic job. And you just haven't had that great athlete come through your program just yet to get you the recognition that you deserve. We are all teachers. As coaches, we teach and we communicate. And our job is to find words that we can use to communicate information to the people that we coach on our teams. And the longer you coach, the more vocabulary you get, the more languages you learn how. I can be the best high jump coach in the entire world, but if I only speak Hungarian, I'm not going to be too much good to those athletes that don't speak the language. So as a coach, your job is to figure out the language that your athlete will understand. The longer you do it, the more languages you learn. I started WSU in 1973. During my 41 years there were 83 head coaches and athletic directors. Head coaches, not just coaches. So in those 41 years, there was a lot of turnover. And a lot of coaches used Washington State as a stepping stone to move on to a bigger job, a more prestigious, more money, more title, whatever. Me and my family, we found a home. And we loved Pullman, we loved Washington State, and we loved the people that lived there. I do not define my career by the accomplishments of those I coached, but by the relationships forged with the athletes and my fellow coaches and my opposing coaches. That was the reward for me. As much as I enjoyed coaching WSU athletes, the summer camp was one of the highlights of my year. 31 years we held a camp on campus for 5 days, and we crammed it as chock full of information and teaching as we possibly could. There are people, some are in this room, that were campers, multiple year campers, who then became Cougs and competed for Washington State, who then became coaches, who then became camp coaches, and who are now lecturing at this affair that we're having this weekend. So that gives me a great deal of pride to see people that has had that impact being a part of the program that we had at Washington State. My daughter always provided us with a slideshow at the end of camp, and we would go back through, and it was usually a 10-minute slideshow with video and everything and music, but it always reinforced how much we did during that week and how much fun we had. Something I didn't have on my original notes here, and is something I found I took a great deal of pride in, if I'm honest. I was looking at all the Hall of Fame inductees over the years. 9 of them coached at our camp in the summer. I'm not done with the sport yet. Currently, I'm the technical advisor to the Pac-12 conference for cross country and track and field, and attend the championships. So I kind of keep my foot in the door and still have fun with that. I do some refereeing. But I'm getting ready to start my 3rd year of coaching at Columbia River High School. I volunteered there. When I got to Vancouver, where I live now, I tried to get involved, and I couldn't get anybody to bite. And I understand. I say, you know, I've been doing this for 17 years. I got my way of doing it. I don't want the college boy coming in here and telling me I'm doing it wrong. So, Art Sanderson, Cougar legend, 800-meter runner, is the boys' coach, and Michelle Buss is the girls' coach. And I was given the opportunity to work, and one of the driving forces was that my oldest granddaughter is a thrower on the team. So that was my main motivation to start with. But whether it's at Washington State or River, it's coaching. It's the same thing as I did at Washington State. I'm doing at River now, and I'm finding that I need to find a few more words, a little different language, and a little bit different vocabulary. I think, you read, is that red? I've collected quotes and sayings over the years. I'll be quick with this. Over the years, I have over 450 of them now on my computer. If I could just figure out how to work that computer, I'd be able to get my hands on them. One of my favorites I'll share with you: once you lick from the lollipop of mediocrity, you will suck forever. I was hesitant to tell you that one, but I asked Keith, and he says, no, they'll love it. I'm going to end with this, and then I'm going to get down. Marshall Field gave me things to remember, and I've tried to live my life by these things, and I've tried to conduct my career following these things. 1, the worth of character. 2, the improvement of talent. 3, the influence of example. The joy of origination. The dignity of simplicity. And the success of perseverance. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.